welcome to the very first graduation ceremony of the Nigerian University of Technology and Management. My name is Oji Anyarum, and I'm the director for the NUTM Project Management Office. Today, I will be your master of ceremony. As such, I will have the honor of introducing you to today's speakers and guiding you through the day's program. To get us started, I have the pleasure of introducing you to the first speaker, Dr. Okechukwu Enelama. Over the last year of the NSP and the year before that, we at NUTM have had the opportunity to work closely with Dr. Enelama on every aspect of building NUTM and delivering the NUTM Scholars Program. Please join me in welcoming our visionary leader, Dr. Okechukwu Enelama, to the stage to give his welcome address.
His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, SAN, GCON. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the very first graduation ceremony of the Nigerian University of Technology and Management, NUTM Scholars Program. This is our founding class of 2021. After going through thousands of pages of course materials, hundreds of hours of lectures, scholars, you deserve to be celebrated today for completing the curriculum of one of the most rigorous postgraduate programs of this kind. Furthermore, you have done so under uniquely challenging circumstances. You were away from your families. Visits to the campus were limited, if at all, and you had to walk through the emotional and mental challenges of experiencing a pandemic during such a rigorous program. So first, I want to appreciate your families that are either here or watching virtually, and all the support network around you individually. What is NUTM, and what does it mean to be an NUTM graduate? NUTM is a vision that has transformed into a movement to develop innovative leaders in technology and management that will go on to create an impact in Africa and the world. With the rise of automation, demand for technological, social, and emotional skills is on the rise. NUTM is creating a center of teaching excellence for STEM and management education that positions students for careers in the 21st century. And as you know, the 21st century is arguably, the technology century. As an NUTM graduate, you inherit the responsibility of caring for one another and making positive contribution to our larger community. You inherit the responsibility of making sure that you realize your full potential with all the blessings and privileges you have received. You inherit a course that is much larger than yourself, and I might even say than all of us combined. As a class, you have left your footprint on all who have interacted with you, on the feedback we have received consistently from top faculty and professors from around the world, from such leading institutions as Stanford, MIT, Worcester Polytechnic Institute, Oxford, who have interacted with you. The feedback that always comes back is that this class, these people, or these students are as good as any they have met. So you have every reason to know and to be celebrated. My mentor and the former chairman of African Capital Alliance, Richard L. Kramer, Dick Kramer as we used to call him, used to tell us there is nothing wrong with Nigerians, and indeed with Africans as a whole. When you put Nigerians or indeed Africans in the right environment, they excel. They come out tops. And I'm sure you've heard all the stories emerging from different parts of the world of how well our people do once they're immersed or once they're in the right environment. We are gathered here today to celebrate you and send you into the world because we know you have been through a deep immersion and a truly transformative experience over this last year. You have gone through rigorous training in leadership, critical thinking, market creating innovation, artificial intelligence, design thinking, operations management, project management, diversity and inclusion, and many more transformational courses. right here in this landmark center where the campus is based, working together in teams, you have been able to create 16 new ventures at various stages of development. You created a biogas prototype that converts restaurant organic waste to safe cooking gas and organic fertilizer. You created fintech solutions that target revolutionizing African savings culture, restoration of trust in the African e-commerce space through digital escrow services, and easier access to solar systems. You represent all that is good in Africa. Your youthfulness, your diversity of thought and culture, your creativity, your courage, and I might add, your resilience. Some of my deepest relationships have come through my life at various postgraduate studies. And I hope it will be the same for you after going through NSP. As you travel through life and your careers, remember all of your NSP inheritance and responsibilities. Be an exemplary leader by practicing how to ask the right questions, value every relationship you have acquired through the NSP, do good and be good. You are not just our alumni, you are co-creators of NUTM. After the ceremonies today, I will look forward to delighting in your own stories. Thank you once again for coming, and for those who are joining us virtually, thank you very much. And congratulations, our scholars.
The NSP program is extremely immersive and quite strenuous, right? Because, I mean, there's a lot of work, a lot of assignments, but it's been wonderful, actually.
It's been a very fantastic learning experience, like a compressed 2-year MBA into 1-year program that we have to go through. So it's been very fantastic, very stressful and immersive at the same time.
It was so exceptional being in the same room with people, discussing different ideas, getting to work together, and making new friends along the way. So yeah, it's been great actually.
Today is really special to me and iconic because, over the past 12 months, it has been a series of trainings and, combining physical and, theoretical learning together in the business world and,
sleepless nights. I had insomnia for months, because we had to stay up late reading. I fell sick at some point, but it was worth it because I learned so much. I gained a lot from the program. I'm a different person now, and I think it was very, very worth it at the end.
Over the past 3 years, I've been an entrepreneur. As I move on, I will continue my work with the startup I founded, which is Scrapace, and progressively, my vision is to create businesses that enables, the thriving of, the African ecosystem.
For me to be able to successfully go through a program like this, it shows that I can actually do anything out there in the world.
Congratulations to you all, the class of 2021. I'm privileged to have been a part of the NUTM dream from its inception, a best-in-class hub for learning and research to train the next generation of leaders in technology and management in Africa, with a vision to be ranked among the top 50 global institutions focused on technology and management by the year 2030. This is an aggressive target, but an important one, because of the 100 most innovative universities compiled by Reuters. And these are institutions that filed more than 70 or more patents with the World Intellectual Property Organization within the first 5 years of the period of study. There are no universities in that top 100 located either in Africa, in South America, or Oceania. This is a notorious deficiency. But this deficiency is first a function of the lack of private or public sector resolve to build those sorts of institutions. And only second is the issue of resources to create such institutions. But gratefully, we have now found such a convergence. The founders of the NUTM themselves, educated in the best universities in the world, and well-established successes in the private, public, and civic sectors have come together to do the heavy lifting of establishing a world-class institution of technology and management. And I think sitting before us today, the graduates of the NUTM Scholars Program, we might just be beholding the men and women with the answers to some of the world's most significant challenges. But we know that groundbreaking innovation in technology or commerce will always be the product of the work of well-trained people, which is why the NUTM Scholarship Program was designed to offer leading-edge knowledge in technology, entrepreneurship, and design, management perspectives in breakthrough leadership ideas, critical thinking, and writing. The goal is to train and equip highly sophisticated, crack technology, innovation, and management experts. And you are the first cut of that dream team. And we are holding our breaths, waiting for you to step into your destined roles. But three things I'd like you to take away. The first is that every major innovative breakthrough in science, in technology, or in the social sciences was a product of patient, collaborative work, sometimes across nations. There is no innovation yet. No one has yet discovered the way around hard work and the sometimes long tasks of creating real and rare value. Second, the reason why most people will never attain significance is because they're only interested in themselves and their personal successes. But to earn significance, one must do something bigger than oneself. A big idea, a massive game changer would always and should always be your target. All of this training cannot be for personal success. It just doesn't make sense. There must be something bigger than yourselves that is waiting for you to set your hands upon. Third is developing a mindset that you are as good as anyone who has ever developed a game-changing idea. And this is crucial. The testimony of all of those who are involved in your training is that you're as good and even better than some of the best in the world that they've ever encountered. But let me, just before I sit, reflect on just how you got here. How you got here today. We've heard that you had to go through a pandemic. Working through a pandemic, mask on, to be able to get to this point today where you are graduating. And let me say to you that that is a metaphor of life and the things to come. You're always going to have to work through challenges, day by day. Some tough, some global, such as the pandemic, some local, such as in your own country and the various challenges that your country faces. But at the end of the day, if you set about your tasks in the way that you've set about this, working daily, hard work, and with the confidence that you've approached this, you will win every time. Let me again commend the founders and management and the academics of the NUTM for the great work that has brought us this far, and remind us that the hard work of delivering on the high-soaring vision of this institution would require all that we can give every single day. Congratulations again to the graduates and to the family and friends who are here today. Thank you very much for listening.
We are not just seeking to be different, but we are seeking to be a role model that will inspire others, because more of us are needed, right? So our vision is to be in the top 50 universities over the next 10 years in STEM. Just put it in perspective for you. No universities in Africa or Oceania, that is Asia and South America, is in that group today. So it's actually quite an ambitious and audacious target. but we're committed to it. So the first thing is we want to be the MIT of Africa. We want to have the same standing, the same pedigree, the same antecedents, the same legacy and impact as an MIT or a Stanford University.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Adeyemi Bero to the stage to present the NSP Special Recognition Awards for the NSP Founding Class of 2021. The first award for today is the Academic Excellence Award. NUTM prides itself as a center for teaching excellence. Accordingly, the first Special Recognition Award to be presented today is an award that recognizes the talent of our brightest students who, through their hard work and dedication to their studies, has excelled above all other scholars by scoring the highest overall cumulative grade point average. For the Award of Academic Excellence on the NUTM Scholars Program Founding Class of 2021, please welcome on stage none other than Chukwuyemisi A. Isiche. Thank you. All right, thank you. The next award is the Outstanding TED Lab Venture. As part of our teaching excellence, a key component is our experiential learning feature. We deliver this through several experiential learning modules, including an entrepreneurship capstone termed a technology, entrepreneurship, and design lab, short TED Lab. Through the TED Lab module, scholars work on real-world problems and create companies we hope to see listed on securities exchanges around the world someday. For this year's Outstanding TED Lab Venture, the award goes to SurePay. I will now invite each member of the SurePay TED Lab team on stage individually to receive the award. Rashidat J. Aliagbo. Emmanuel C. Wanchuku. Osita J. Uche. Real One O. Akeyewale.
My daughter Chukwuyemisi Isiche was their best graduating student. It's been a rewarding journey in the past 1 year. I want to thank the management of NUTM for making this available to young Nigerians, particularly those who may not have been able to afford this kind of education. It was quite heartwarming to hear one of them say that it comes from parents who are illiterate and wouldn't have been able to afford this kind of education. So I think that's a very commendable one.
The next award is the Spirit of NSP Award. The chairman spoke about our core values earlier, values of excellence, innovation, and very importantly, collaboration. The next award is presented to the scholar who exceptionally exhibited humility, dedication, community spirit, and consistently traveled the extra mile while still balancing their academic performance. The Spirit of NSP Award for the founding class of 2021 is presented to Emmanuel Uzim. The last and final special recognition award today is the All-Round Excellence Award. The award recognizes and celebrates scholars' achievements in academics, social context, real-life projects, self and other forms of leadership. The recipient of this year's All-Round Excellence Award is presented to Kehinde Adebiyi, who unfortunately is not physically present, but we recognize him anyway. It is now time to confer the NSP Postgraduate Certificate in Technology, Entrepreneurship, and Design on the NSP Founding Class 2021. To do the honors, I would like to invite the chairman of the NUTM Governing Board, Dr. Okechukwu Enelama, to please come on stage and present the NSP certificates to our graduates. Chukwuyemisi Isiche.
Talking about how the journey has been in the past 1 year, apart from the COVID issues, on our part, that's myself and the dad, not too much of challenges really because it was free. We didn't have to pay so much apart from transporting her down here, to Lagos.
Osita Uche.
testimony she kept telling me about how the program was going on was very exciting to me, very rigorous. I am one person that is always out for excellence, for integrity. In fact, all their core values agree with what I would like to live for. So I'm grateful to God that my daughter is privileged to take part in this program, and I want to thank the organizers. God bless this school, the lecturers, and all those that contributed to the success of this program. And for these young people that are graduating today, I pray for them that God will take them to the highest level of their life endeavors.
Join me in the round of applause in congratulating these outstanding graduates with a round of applause. Please face your families and friends and supporters and thank them with a big round of applause for the wonderful support that they gave to you over the last 11 months. It's a great privilege to introduce the next speaker, Professor Philip Cotton.
Founding class of 2021, congratulations on your accomplishment. I bring you warm greetings from the MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program, and it gives me great pleasure to join you all here to share in this joyous and special occasion. I know it's a proud moment for you and for your families. Let me also use this opportunity to applaud the faculty and staff of this institution for working hard for the big dream and the bold goal, transforming Africa through technology, entrepreneurship, and design education. My name is Phil Cotton. I'm head of the Scholars Program at the MasterCard Foundation, and before joining the foundation was Vice Chancellor of the University of Rwanda. Of course, we won't meet at this point, though I have been privileged to meet some of your leaders, such as Dr. Oki, and I'm in awe of your faculty, people like Professor Wally at WPI, a real tour de force. I have a question for you. In what ways has your experience at NUTM challenged and changed you? I see that one of the features of your program is to shadow a leader, and I'm going to return to this a little bit later. Digitization, automation, and technological advances are changing the nature of work globally, including in Africa. Now, with COVID-19, we're seeing the increased importance of harnessing tech-enabled solutions for jobs and entrepreneurship. Endowing youth with those skills will help drive productivity in both the formal and informal sectors, improving livelihoods and spurring economic transformation. The pandemic has catalyzed a movement led by the African Union and Africa CDC to ensure that vaccines are produced on the continent. This has the potential to deliver many jobs for young people, and significant investments are needed to prepare young people for these opportunities, to develop the human capital required to enable the ecosystem of vaccine manufacturing. I have a question for you. In what ways is this world challenging and changing you? Africa is the youngest and fastest growing continent in the world. By 2030, there will be 375 million young people in the job market in Africa alone. Preparing the youth, and particularly young women, with the skills they need to enter the global workforce will be critical. And we need entrepreneurs like you to create jobs, to reduce unemployment, contribute to revenue generation, and to economic prosperity. Enabling entrepreneurs and small businesses to expand is crucial. So I have a question for you. In what ways has the opportunity to study challenged and changed you? Belief in the youth of the continent will change the world for the better, though it can be a challenge to get young people to believe in themselves because of all of the things that crowd in and crush us. I have a question for you. Who has challenged and changed you? Your mother, your brother, a friend, a neighbor, your faith, perhaps a leader? I said I would return to this topic. One of the leaders I've seen in action is Muhammad Yunus, Nobel laureate, who writes about poverty, that we can configure our world if we configure our mindsets. He writes, all human beings have the inner capacity not only to care for themselves, but also to contribute to increasing the well-being of the world as a whole. Some get the chance to explore their potential to some degree, but many others never get any opportunity during their lifetime to unwrap the wonderful gift they were born with. They die unexplored, and the world remains deprived of their creativity and their contribution. Enjoy your day and go challenged and changed to liberate people from poverty on the continent, using your skills and talents to be exemplary, creative, honest, active, and eager citizens of the world. You have limitless potential. So go out there and challenge others and change the world, only ever for the better. Congratulations.
Our expectation is that the graduates will be the actual arms and legs of this vision. They will be I was going to use the word ambassadors, but it's too light. It's more than being an ambassador. It's being the face, the going out there in the marketplace to actually make the impact.
A year ago, if you had told me I would be up here giving a valedictory speech at a program such as this one, I would have laughed hysterically in your face. I'll take you on a journey throughout how it all started. My alma mater, Pan Atlantic University, usually sends us periodic emails on job opportunities, scholarships, or any programs that they think we can benefit from. So in a bid to keep up and encourage our alumni network. So on a random day last year, in one of these emails was a flyer for the NSP program. After going to the program, I thought, interesting. Sounds like something my elder sister can do, considering she's an engineer and all of that. So I forward the mail to members of my family and say, hey, look, Funaya should apply to this. It will look great on her CV. So my mom then goes through the letter and says, this looks like a great opportunity. You should consider doing it yourself. And I'm like, Mommy, don't you see that they wrote technology there? Prior to this, I had a love-hate relationship with tech and tech systems. It was whatever it is that Oyibo puts inside, that's for the Oyibo to know, and it's for me to use. Then my mom says, they wrote multidisciplinary there. The only general criteria is being willing to drive change in Africa, and I think you fall in that category. Reluctantly, I started my application, and then I abandoned it for a while, till after the second deadline for submission had passed. Truth is, there was a section that asked what programming languages I knew. Although the section was tagged optional, I just felt inadequate, and then I closed my computer. I was going to be competing with people that could code. Where was I supposed to go from there? Then came my mom, again, asking how far I'd gone with my application. And I couldn't bring myself to lie, so I just mumbled that I was still working on it. Even though in my mind I had dumped it and I started looking for work. Very close to the last deadline, she asked me again. Then I went, you know what? let me just finish this application so I can have peace. But then I found myself enjoying writing the applications and solemnly reflecting on my goals and dreams during the process. I hit send, and the rest of it is history as we know it. If there's anything I've learned during this program, in addition to machine learning, I promise you my scholarship was not a waste, is that no one has figured it all out. I'd like to bring us all back to the reason we applied to this program. Dissatisfaction with the status quo, wanting to make an impact in Nigeria and Africa at large. As we go out into the world, we should always remember to begin with the end in mind. We can take the baby steps towards the greater change in all that we do. We can choose to make an impact at work, do your work diligently, put in more than is required even when it's not your direct responsibility. Stand out. Make an impact with your business. Run your venture ethically. Ensure that people are always at the center of your business model. Think of how you can make things better for them. Make an impact with diversity. Advocate for women and advocate for marginalized groups wherever you find yourself. Make sure to give people a chance. Make an impact in your community. Volunteer when you can. Lend a helping hand to someone who needs it. Mentor a student. Make an impact in governance. From something as little to getting your PVC, helping another person register for their PVC, and fighting apathy wherever you see it. Regardless of where we find ourselves after this, we need to remember to cause change. Congratulations to the NSP founding class. Africa is about to experience a shaking. We move.
Thank you, Chukwuyemisi, for that. Please join me with a round of applause to welcome Dr. Mobola Johnson to give the closing remarks.
Your Excellency, the Vice President, distinguished guests, please permit me to stand on already established protocols. My dear scholars, congratulations. What an honor it has been for me to have traveled this journey of the last 11 months with you, from the challenge of trying to start this program in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic, the many late and sometimes sleepless nights you spent ensuring that you were on top of all your assignments, your joy at the quality of the infrastructure, especially the food, and the incredible sense of achievement that I know you now feel, and I also share, by having scaled all these hurdles and emerged as a pioneer graduate of the NUTM Scholars Program. Within each one of you, there was a special motivation that brought you to our institution. The NUTM Scholars Program was a fertile ground to imagine your future and the world to come. And now that you're graduating and are embarking on the road ahead, we hope that you can gain perspective by looking back to where you've been. I hope that when you look back on your time at NSP, you will do so with fondness and inspiration, and that when you look ahead, you will see NUTM as a part of your future. We will remember you fondly, as there will never be a class like you. You will always be our most courageous set, the founding class that took a bet on NUTM when there was very little to go on. Throughout your time as scholars, I know that you have been challenged to exceed your expectations. As you graduate from this program today, I implore you to commit yourself to excellence in everything that you do, but always remember that professional success and personal satisfaction require more than knowledge and talent. To lead a meaningful life, you must embody certain enduring values. Be sincere, speak the truth, model integrity and value integrity in others. Lead in love, because character matters and so does the heart. I want to leave you with a quote from one of the greatest disruptors of the 21st century, Mr. Elon Musk. He says, and I quote, "I could either watch it happen or be a part of it." This quote resonates with why we do what we do at NUTM. We could sit, watch, and hope for change to happen, or be the driver of that change. Go forth and be part of the change. Be drivers of the change that you want to see in Nigeria and the world, because you now possess the knowledge, skills, and greater sense of self. You will always be welcome at NUTM, and we look forward to hearing about your personal and professional achievements as you expand on the foundation that has been provided for you through the Scholars Program. To all our partners, sponsors, the faculty who have served not simply as teachers and colleagues, but also as mentors and friends, and have worked tirelessly throughout the year and remain committed to our mission of developing innovative leaders in technology and management. I say a very big thank you to you all for your contributions. To parents, guardians, thank you for supporting our scholars. You should be very proud of them. To His Excellency the Vice President, all of us at NUTM cannot thank you enough for your unending and unwavering support. In you we have our greatest cheerleader. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you all once again for coming. This ceremony is now closed. Godspeed and God bless.
Quality of the graduates and the quality of the impact would define the relevance of the university and the vision. You know, the whole idea, remember, is to pour the best faculty, the best immersion experience into our youth and see them to change, go out there and change our world. So we are going to be rooting for them. As you may have heard when we spoke earlier, we said are now part of the NUTM vision and frankly, mission and movement. You know, so we expect them to go out there and change the world and change Africa for good.